And we are live. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Super excited. It is Tuesday. This is not your traditional Small Business Solutions Monday. Actually, this is Teenpreneur Tuesday. So I am super excited to have this guest as my last guest for 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my niece known as Genesis. So I'm super impressed by her work ethic. I'll let her introduce herself in a moment, but I just wanted to get into the reason why I wanted her to be on this show. So she's super young, she's super motivated and driven, and just like knowing all the hard work that she puts behind the scenes in making her own money is inspiring to me. I think back when I was 17 or 18, I probably wanted to make my own money, but I didn't. I didn't start developing that mindset until I was in my 20s. So, Genesis, introduce yourself, let everybody know what you're doing, and yeah.
Hi, I'm Genesis. I'm now 18 years old. I started making bonnets and stuff like this, like in March, in November,
Okay.
and I've been doing hair since March because it was quarantine and I needed to make my own money, so I started doing hair. And yeah, sometimes I make clothes, but it's iffy with it sometimes.
Okay. So, when you started to do hair, was that something that you knew you were already good at, or did it just happen by accident?
Well, in the past, I did my hair before, so I wanted to try on other people. And my one of my close friends was my first client, so she let me try box braids on her hair, and then I posted them. Then everybody just started hitting me up. It was like, "Oh, can you do my hair? How much do you charge?" It was like I did her hair for free, so it was like I didn't know how much to charge people because it was
Nice.
my first time doing them. And then once I started putting my prices out there, people were like, "Oh wow, your prices are so low," because I was only charging people like $30 to $50 for box braids at the time. And then like once I started to get better, I gradually upped my prices.
That is actually an amazing story because I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners, and a lot of people like didn't know they were good at certain things until people started asking to pay for their service. So,
Mm-hmm.
starting off doing someone's hair for free, and then next thing you know, the power of social media started to bring in more clients for you. So, how do you think social media has helped you since just starting with one client and then I'm sure you two or three? Has that been very helpful for like your what we call it marketing. For
Mm-hmm.
you were probably just like I'm just getting the word out. I'm just letting people know what I do. But actually that is marketing. How has that helped you?
It helped me a lot. And then once I made a Facebook and started posting my work on Facebook, I started getting more clients. And it was just like, oh wow, like social media really helps when you're selling stuff. A lot of you don't know who needs their hair done until you post it on social media. And plus now it's a lot of people that do hair. A lot.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, and quite honestly, like marketing is one of the things that I do not like to do because I'm, time consuming and it takes effort. So, what marketing skills do you think you've developed during this time that's been helpful? Do you prefer video? Do you prefer photos? What do you think is more impactful for business owners?
Um with me, I think it's the pictures because the videos, like, especially on Instagram, you have to wait till the whole video plays over to see that one part that you was looking at the person's head. But with pictures, you can scroll through them, look at them, zoom in on the parts and stuff. And I really like pictures better.
Okay, that's interesting because I always thought like video will allow you to catch it in its moment, but you're saying for hairstyling, photos allows you to actually be able to zoom in on your work and
hmm
detail. So you specialize in braiding. What type of braids do you actually do?
I do box braids. I do the passion twist. I can do the butterfly locks. And
Nice.
some other stuff that I'm willing to try, but I haven't found anybody that's willing to try them. Oh, and I
Okay,
do the knotless box braids too.
nice. So
Everybody,
the
everybody
knotless
gets it now.
the knotless box braids. So
hmm
how long does it take you to do one person?
Um, sometimes it varies between like 5 to 8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 to 8 hours. Wow. That
Yeah.
is a
But
long time.
yeah, but I have to start getting faster. Like I start really good and then I don't know what happens when I'm almost done. It's just like time starts going by really fast and I'm just like, wait, I was just doing this and now it's this time. But
Okay.
I'm I'm getting better.
Do you think it's because you're like building relationships with your clients while you're working with them? So most of the time it's like you're doing their hair, but you're giving them the experience because you're talking to them.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
I think
then
that's okay.
yeah, and then my mom, she's the comedian, so she comes in there and have everybody laughing.
Nice, nice. So for you mentioned pricing, you said when you first started out, you didn't know how to properly price. How did you figure out how to get your price point together so that you weren't getting underpaid?
Well, Zakia, my cousin, she was doing hair, so I took some tips from her, and then I took tips from other people too, like how did you manage your prices with certain hairstyles, and she, she told me, a couple other people told me, I was like, okay, so that's what I have to do. So I had like with certain hairstyles, especially the knotless box braids, I had to up my prices because that's the
Time
hairstyle that's
consuming.
yeah. Well, the knotless box braids are really faster than regular box braids, and plus, there it's the style that's really big right now. So I had to up my prices with those because almost
Oh.
everybody that came to me wanted knotless box braids, so I had to up my prices.
Nice. I love that, and you sound, like, so fearless about it. You're like, "Yeah, I needed to up my prices." So, I did a little bit of research on your Facebook page, because I'm nosy. Um, but I saw that you were putting up notifications letting clients know, like, "Hey, this is how booking's gonna go now," and it's kinda like you keep everybody updated on the changes that you're making. So, one of the things I remember when I was home visiting and we were talking about scheduling clients. So,
Mhm.
do you want to tell everyone that platform that you're using to schedule and keep yourself organized and making sure that you're keeping track of your clients?
Yes, I use this app. It's called A Point Fix. It's
Okay.
really good. It shows your prices. It shows what times you're available to do certain hairstyles and how long it's going to take for certain hairstyles. And also, like you could copy and paste the paste the calendar, and you can post it on like your page and anything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then they could click on it and pick what day and what time they want their hair done. It's
Okay. So,
really easy.
so basically, it's convenient for you and the clientele as well.
Yes, like I don't have to put the appointment in, and I do $10 deposits now. So if they book an appointment, they have to do a deposit first so their spot can be secured because some people show up, some people don't show up, and some people
Yeah.
change plans last minute.
It is just mind blowing how you figured out that you need to put all these processes in place. I cannot tell you how many people I've spoken to who are, maybe in their 20s, 30s, 40s that do not require a deposit for setting an appointment because that's reserving your time, right? You set that time for that one client, which means that that is the only source of income for that particular hour or three. And it's
Mhm.
important that if they're serious about, doing business with you, that they invest in your
Mhm.
time. I absolutely love that. So, what challenges have you faced with starting this business venture?
Gaining clients.
Gaining clients. That's always a
Yes.
huge, huge issue. So, what have you done to try to gain more?
Well, I have like my friends and stuff. They would be like, "Oh, send me your pictures and videos and stuff, so I could get you more clients." And I'll post it on my social media,
That's
and that's
awesome.
really helped. That's really helped me a lot.
That's
And like,
really great.
yeah, one of my friends, she live in Pennsylvania right now, and she's been
Mhm.
telling her friends, "Oh, when we go back to Atlantic City, we have to go to my friend and get our hair done. She does really good braids and everything." I'm just like, that really helps a lot because
It
then
does.
I have people from different states coming down to see me to get their hair done.
That does. So, the
Mhm.
power of your support system.
It's very good.
Yes, you are blessed to have people who believe in your talent to share on their social media, because that's free marketing. People who are
Mhm.
vouching for you, that's like either they see that you're doing good work or they've had their hair done by you and speaking on your behalf is
Mhm.
amazing. Um, so how what inspired you to, you said the pandemic inspired you to start entrepreneurship?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. And then you kind of just like, what was your step? So you woke up one day, you're like, I'm going to make this an income source. Was it after someone reached out to you when that picture was posted, or?
Well, I didn't really think about doing hair. I was talking to my friends about it, and I was like, "Well, I think I'm gonna start doing hair to make money, but I want to see how it actually looks on somebody." So the first person or the first two people hit that I do is going to be free, and then after I post their hairstyles, I'm gonna start charging after that because I don't want everybody thinking that I'm just doing hair for free.
Yeah, that's so smart. But that's how you do it. You make sample products, you
Mhm.
show it off, you showcase it, see if people are interested, if you got what it takes, and then you start applying a price to it. That's all strategy. Believe it or not, that is strategy.
It works.
That is awesome. So where do you see yourself going? So you're in high school right now. I definitely like to highlight the fact that you're so young. You started off when you were 17, and it seems like your vision is clear. What do you plan to do with this leading into after you graduate high school?
Well, after I graduate, I'll be going to short beauty school, and that's like a
Nice.
16-month process.
Nice.
And then after that, I'll work up to opening my own salon. But until
Ooh.
then, I'll work in somebody else's salon.
So
I
that
just
you can
don't
learn
want.
and watch how to operate it, because you basically
Mhm.
can see from the inside what it takes to start your own salon.
Yeah, because I don't want to work for somebody forever. I want to work on my own.
I love that mindset. Yes. That's why we're here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I definitely wanted Genesis to come on the show today because I want people to understand that it is not an age limit to when you start a business. You don't have to be 25, you don't have to be 40, you don't have to be 50. While those are all great ages to start businesses, don't get me wrong. But the fact that Genesis is so young and she stepped out and she's fearless and confident about what she sees is it's a vision that you have for yourself. You're like, I'm good at this and I'm going to make money for it. So what advice do you have for other teens who may be thinking, "Hey, I'm great at this. I want to step out into entrepreneurship and own my own business, but I feel like I'm too young. Like they're not going to take me serious." What would you say to them?
Don't wait too late. Start as soon as you can so you can get as big as you want to be. Because if I didn't start now, I wasn't going to start ever.
That's very true. And it's like once you get in, it's like a addiction, right? It's like once you start
Mhm.
making your own money, even when days are challenging, you're like, "But I can do this again because I've already done it."
Mhm. Yeah.
Cool. So, what successes have you seen so far? What keeps you motivated?
The So as soon as I get done my client's hair, they be like, "Oh, can I use your bathroom? I have to go to the bathroom." I'm like, "Okay, go ahead." Me knowing that they're gonna go look at their hair. They come and be like, "Oh my gosh, I really love my hair. I'm coming to you again," and I just be like, "Okay." So I know that I'm good now. So that's what really keeps me going is the client's reaction to the
Yes.
hair.
That's awesome because that's what it's all about. If they're happy, then that means your job is being done. And you know,
Mhm.
the let's take it there, ladies. Beauty is power, okay? The person that does your crown has the keys to your soul existence. Like the better you feel on the outside, the more confident you're going to be. So I can't wait to get my hair braided. COVID is keeping me from being able to travel back to get it done, but it will happen before this next year is over, because I've already seen your work and I'm super excited to have you work on my head. And if you guys are listening, if you have teenagers, again, just don't be afraid to encourage them to go after your dreams. And I commend, if you're listening, I said this earlier, this is my niece actually, and I commend my sister for allowing her to just be her own self and going after what she wants to do instead of pressuring her to follow a certain path or follow certain traditions. It's not about that. So, as a teenpreneur, I will also say parents play a big role in the success or failures because they're still living in their house with the parent, and they have to be free to be able to follow their dreams. And if they don't have that cover, if they don't have that inspiration and motivation, it's not going to happen. So shout out to your mom for encouraging you and supporting you in your endeavors. I'm sure your brothers and sisters look up to you, and this is something that you're ingraining in them. You're showing them like you don't have to actually work at a job to make money, or if something happens like a pandemic, we can still survive, like we can still make money. What do you think that in the future you're going to potentially, well, you already said that you're dedicated to staying on this entrepreneurship journey,
Yeah.
and that you're going to work at a salon so you can learn the trades, but your ultimate goal is to work for yourself, right?
hmm
That's amazing. Did you have anything else that you wanted to say to the audience?
Um, just is I don't know, because it's like put your mind to it if you really, really, really want to do it, and just go for it. And then one thing, you also got to know how to manage your money. When
Ooh! Teenager out here telling us to manage our money. Come on.
yes, because when you run out of products, it's like you don't want to be scraping for money to get new products. Now,
Yes.
my mom, she helped me with that managing my money. You too, because me and managing money was so bad. It
Which
was
is
really bad.
normal, right? You're a teenager. You're like, I'm making, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you made this point. You're a teenager, right? And I'm thinking when I was a teenager and I started making money, obviously, again, I wasn't on an entrepreneurship journey like you. So I get my check and I'm like, I want these shoes. I want the clothes. I want the stuff that my mom's not going to buy me. I, I want the makeup. And I'm like just spending my money because I'm like, I'm making my own money. I can buy my own stuff. But I love that you recognize that. So money management is
Yes.
is important. So what are some things that you've learned from your mom, or that you started implementing in your business about money management with your
Okay.
products? How do you balance that?
So it's like, it's stuff that I wanted to do on my own. So it's money I had to put aside for what I wanted to do. Money I had to put aside for my hair products and stuff
So
if
you
I
had to
ran
pay
out.
yourself, right? So you put money aside to pay yourself,
hmm
important, and then you put money aside to keep your business rolling, your
Yes.
product. Okay.
And like the money that I wanted to spend and the money that I needed to save was all in one pile, because it's like I go out, but I really don't do a lot, because it's like most of my time sometimes get was taken up with doing hair. So
Which is great. And
mhm.
you've always been super, it's funny because I remember you were super frugal when you were a child. You used to hide money. So I'm pretty sure that it's going to come into handy. You can hide your money still from yourself.
Yeah.
But I think that is such a great point. Money management. You could run a business, but in order to have a long-term sustaining business, you have to invest your money in the right places. And so how do you restock? Do you wait until everything is gone, or how do you kind of like calculate when it's time for you to buy more products?
When I'm halfway, like with my hair jam and stuff, when I'm halfway through the bottle,
Okay.
I go out and get more. And then it's like some hairstyles I use rubber bands, some hairstyles I use whatever they ask for.
Yeah,
So
because
it's
some
like,
people like beads or they like some other kind of like hair jewels to.
yeah.
Hmm.
So when I'm low on that stuff, it's like, oh, I have to buy more hair products, but I
It's a
go out
pain,
and
right?
get
Because you're like,
it.
I made this money, but I have to reinvest this in my business. But
Mhm.
sooner or later, you're gonna have so many clients flowing in that you'll cap that out at some point. So
Yeah.
with just starting out, that's normal. What I love to hear and what's inspiring is that you're doing it though. You know how many people will quit a business because they're like, I would rather keep all this money for myself and not reinvest it into products because I worked hard for this money. But
Mm.
being the boss of your own venture, you're responsible for supplying and paying yourself. So I love the fact that you're like setting aside money and like, hey, this is for paying myself, keep myself motivated. This is for resupply. This is for what about loss? Can you explain like what areas you may have experienced loss in currently? And when I say that, like, was there a time where you may have been paid and maybe had to refund a customer, or have you had to refund anyone yet?
It was I had two incidents. So it
Okay.
was this one girl's birthday the next day, and the girl that was originally supposed to do her hair couldn't do her hair, so
Okay.
she was sent to me. So she wanted the knotless box braids, and her hair was really soft, and I never did knotless box braids on soft texture hair before. So
Ooh,
yeah.
interesting. Because it could potentially slide, right?
hmm
Okay.
So it was like I was doing the braids, I was doing them, and they wasn't coming out how I like them. So it was frustrating me. And then I asked her because I rather somebody tell me that they don't like the hairstyle than go on social
Absolutely.
media talking
Absolutely.
about it. So
Absolutely. Because we just said the power in social media, it can make or break you.
yeah. So she was like, "Yeah, I don't really like it," and I was like, "Okay," but like, I'm like, I wasn't mad that she didn't like it. I was mad because it didn't come out how I wanted. So I did get a little emotional because
Because you're passionate about what you do. It's your work. You're like, I put everything into this. You don't like it?
Mhm.
I get that way too. Don't worry.
she was like, "Oh," she was like, "Don't feel bad. I'm still gonna pay you." And it was like I didn't even want her to pay me because it didn't come out how she wanted
How
it to
she
come out.
expected.
Yeah, but she still paid me. I'm
That's
great.
beautiful.
Yeah, I was grateful for that because some people they would just
Beautiful.
say, "Oh no, I don't want it. I'm not paying you," and just up and leave. And then I had this one incident. The
The woes of owning business, ladies and gentlemen.
so she came and got her hair done. She liked it. She was like they were a little bigger than she expected, but she still paid me. Then she goes home. Now I said I don't like when people post on social media. I like when they tell me.
So that you can
So
fix it, right?
yeah, she went on social media and was talking about it. And then my friends seen it. And my friends, they're like my sis. They act like they're my sisters.
Very protective, and especially like when it comes to your work. So
So they said something to the girl. They said something to the girl, and she took it down. She texted me. She apologized about it, and that was the end of it.
you know what? That that's amazing. That's amazing. So if you're listening right now, you basically just explained that there was a client that was unhappy about their service. They posted a photo, they started to do like a bash session, but your loyal friends and supporters actually said something behind the scenes and had it taken down. That is the kind of team and support that you want around you at all times as a business owner. You have people who are um, protecting your brand. That is amazing. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're building behind the scenes, keep it up. I'm so proud of you. Again, you're starting out so young. I wish I had this mindset when I was 18 years old, getting ready to graduate high school. And you're doing it, and I can definitely see whatever you put your mind to, you're going to accomplish it. So congratulations on that. And again, this is the last show for 2020. Teenpreneur Tuesday. You don't have to be 20, 50, 30 to start a business. And I say that because owning a business is scary, right? Like you said, you put in all your hard work, and the worst thing is for someone to like not like it or to bash it. But you have plenty of more clients that are constantly happy with your work, and that's what you focus on.
hmm And then it's like 11-year-old girls that's going famous for braiding hair, and I'm just like, well, I wish I
It
was
could be
11
you.
doing hair.
It definitely can be you. So just stay focused and keep the hard work. And I love your mindset. If it can happen for someone else, it can definitely surely happen for you. Don't let anyone tell you different. So Awesome, awesome. Well, we are going to finish up this show. If you have anything else for the guests, again, this is Genesis, and she is a hairstylist. She also does sewing. She makes the majority of her money from doing hair. And now she's also doing these bonnets here. If you want to lift it up, I think this is cool because this goes with the whole hairstyle concept. So basically, if you don't know what this is, if you have braids or if you have a certain type of hairstyle, you basically put this bonnet on your head and it protects it while you're asleep. So she
Yes.
makes that from scratch on her sewing machine. And I think that's amazing because you're keeping the money in your business. So,
A reversible satin bonnet.
and it's reversible and satin. Awesome. Hey, if you're listening and you want to support her small business, she's a teenager, she's in high school, getting ready to go to college. Her Cash App is attached to this post. And, just do a friendly donation. Anything would help with beauty school, products, support this young teen. She's doing amazing things. So, again, I'm a step on the emotional side. I'm so proud of you. I'm glad that you are my niece, and I want nothing but success for you.
Thank you so much.
You guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed Teenpreneur Tuesday.